Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial. My name is Evans, and in this video tutorial I'm gonna continue looking at the October-November 2015 the Information and Communication Technology exam paper. I'll be looking at this time around paper 2 practical test, and we'll be doing a section of document production. I'll put up other videos also where I'll look at data manipulation, and another video where I'll look at presentation. So you will need a word processing package. I'll be using Office Word 2016, and you're free to use any package that you are comfortable with, as long as it is able to do the work that you want it to do. So let's get started into this video. Okay, so the scenario is that you work for a hothouse design, for a company called Hothouse Design rather. You are going to perform some clerical tasks for this company. Create a document called evidence. You will place evidence in this document during the examination. So make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appear on every page of this document when printed. Okay, so I'm gonna choose my desktop as my work area. Maybe let me just create a folder on my desktop so that I don't just dump files there. So let me just say this will be my work area, and I did download the files that I need for this tutorial. They are in this folder here, and these are the files that I need. They include the files for data manipulation as well as presentation, but we'll stick just to the files that we need for document production. So I'm going to just drag this folder and place it inside there, and this will be now my work area. And going back to the question, it says we're supposed to create a document called evidence, and that is step 1. So I'm going to just open up Word and start a blank document, and I'm going to go on file and rename or save this document as I'm gonna put it on my desktop in my work area folder, and I'm gonna call it as evidence. Okay, evidence. Okay, just verify the name and click OK. So it is saved in my work area, and I'll call it evidence. So still on step 1, we're told that we're going to be placing evidence in this document during the exam. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appear on every page of this document when printed. So what this practically is asking us is to insert a header or a footer. So I'm going to insert a header, and I'm going to choose blank 3 columns. Here goes the candidate name, House Age Kasa Evans, and here goes the center number. I'll say ZM5556, and here goes the candidate number. As usual, I'll use 0001. Okay, so when you put a header or footer on a page, it appears on every single page that is in that document. That's why it says we make sure that they appear on every page of this document. Okay, step 2, add the following contact to your address book. Okay, Mariam Saidi, and that's the email address. And then we need to show evidence that we have created this contact, showing both name and address by taking screenshot evidence and placing this in your evidence document. You need to use this address later. Now you can use any email facility that you have. You can use Yahoo, you can use Gmail, whatever email facility that you use. I'm gonna use Yahoo in this case. I'm just gonna go to my browser. I did open my Yahoo account just beforehand so that I don't have to wait for the slow internet to be able to maneuver between pages. So this is the address that we're supposed to add to our address book in our email. So I'm gonna just go to contacts here, and you select new contacts. Okay, once you select new contacts, then this is the section where you need to put the name. So my name, I'm just gonna go here, and so this is I'll consider this as the first name and this one as the surname. So Mariam Saidi, and I'm gonna type first name as Mariam, and I'm gonna type the last name as Saidi. um, then the email address is m.saidi@cie.org and .uk. So it's where is email m.saidi at okay at CIE I think .org .uk. Let's just verify that we got the email address correctly. m.saidi@cie.org.uk, and that's the email address correct. Okay, so we need to show evidence that we have created this contact, showing both name and address by taking screenshot evidence and placing it into your evidence document. You need this address letter. So I'm just gonna get a screenshot of this, so the evidence that both names are there and the address is also shown. And before I even hit on save, I'm gonna just get a screenshot from my keyboard. Just press print screen system request there. Okay, and I'll click on save in the meantime, and I'll come back to my evidence document. And the step that asked me to get the screenshot is step 2. So I'm gonna click type step 2 rather, and paste my evidence document there. Okay, so what I need to do is to just crop this image so that it's not it's visible. I mean the text that is on the address is visible. So I'm just gonna drag this and just somewhat resize it a bit so that I can maximize this. Okay, okay, someone can read it's Mariam Saidi. Okay, and I'm just gonna crop the top part just to make sure that it doesn't finish all the space. Okay, that one, and I think that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, so at least someone is able to see that I'm adding a contact, and Mariam and Saidi and that one. All right, so you're now going to edit a document about a company. Okay, so using a suitable software package, load the file draft 1502.rtf. So I'm gonna go back in my file, my work area, and I'm gonna go inside here and open a document draft by right clicking it, go to open with, and open it with Word 2016, and okay. Alright, so I'll enable editing. Alright, so I've opened that. Save this document with a new file name. Make sure it is saved in the format of the software you're using. Okay, so I'm gonna save it with a new file name. So I'll come save as. I'll go browse, go to my desktop, and in my work area I'll give it just the name draft. I'll remove the 1502. So it is currently a rich text format file, so I'm going to change it to the file format that of the application package that I'm using, which is a Word format. So I would just say it's now a Word document, and it's saved as draft. Okay, and I'll say okay. So next step, step 5, set the page size to A4. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here to my draft, and under layout I'll select page setup, and paper supposed to be A4. Okay, say okay. Next step, set the page orientation to landscape. Okay, so I'm gonna go back there as well and select under margin, select orientation to be landscape, and set the page margins to 2 centimeters. So before I even close this window, I can set the margins to be 2 centimeters. Okay, so we've not been told whether it's the top margin or the bottom margin, but we've just been told to set the margins. So we assume all the margins must be set to 2 centimeters. Okay, so that is that. So before I even close this, it says text. Step 8 says take screenshots to show methods used in step 5 to 7, and place these in your evidence document. So just before I even close this, this is the evidence showing my screen that my orientation, that it is now in landscape. My margins are also there, so I'll get And then the other window is now showing that my paper size is now A4. So I'm gonna get a screenshot of this one and paste it in my document. So let me say okay and go back to my document. This is step let me just insert a new blank page. This is step 5 to step 7, and this is let me just say this is step 5 because that's just changing. Step 5 was just changing to F4, and then step 6 and step 7 are the ones that change into landscape and margins. So I'll come back to this one here, go back to my page setup and go back to margin and get a screenshot of this window. Go back, say okay, and go back to evidence, and I'm gonna type here step 6 and 7. Step 6 and 7, that's the one that asked me to put up that. So I'm gonna resize this as well so that it's visible, that someone can read that I've set to F4 the page size, and just get this one here as well, and drag this one as well, okay, and that one there as well, okay, and I'm gonna just resize this so that it's visible, someone can see it's F4 here. And for the next step, alright, so for the next step I need to resize this one as well, crop it, drag that one there, and drag this one there, drag that one there as well, and drag that one there. Please you pardon me, the computer seems to be responding slow, and it is because I'm trying to record it, to record this work with the best picture quality that I can get. So I'm using a 1080 pixels to record this, and also diverted all the resources to record in a high definition video. Okay, so I've shown evidence that I've created, I've done the page size to F4 and orientation to landscape and margins to 2 centimeters. Step 9, place in the header your name and candidate number left aligned, okay, your center number right aligned, okay. So let's do that in the header. So I need my draft, okay, it's this one here. So I'm going to insert a header, insert header blank 3 column, and I'll just go back to verify my name and candidate number left aligned, okay. So I'm going to go back here, name Chikasa Evans, comma candidate number which is 0001, okay, just verify name and candidate number left aligned, and send rather center number right aligned. So I'll go back and put my center number right aligned. So I'll say center number is ZM556, and I'm gonna remove this part here, I don't need this one. And so that is my header. Next, place in the footer today's date left aligned, and automated file name and file path right aligned. And say make sure the header and footer are displayed on all pages and alignments match the page margins. So I'm gonna put the date in the left alignment, and the automated file name and path right aligned. So I'm gonna go insert this time around footer, and I'll choose again blank 3 column. Left aligned, I need to insert automated date, okay, today's date. It doesn't have to be automated, but it just has to be today's date. So I'm gonna just click on quick parts and pick up a field and scroll down to date and just select today's date, whichever format is here. I don't think it will be an issue. I'm gonna just choose that one and click OK. and then next insert automated file name and file path. So right aligned, this must be right aligned. Let's just verify that. Okay, it should be right aligned. Okay, so I'm gonna go on quick paths and field, and then scroll down to file name. Okay, and I must add the path there. Okay, so file name plus path, and say okay. So you see the file name is draft, and then the path has also been shown. I don't need this one, so I'm gonna delete it as well. Right, step 10. The other part just told us to make sure that the header and footer are displayed on the pages, and then the alignment match the page margins. So how you can do that is just click on the boundary of this margin, and you'll see that the date actually is within the boundaries of the margin. And if you go right align there, also click there, and you see that the footer is also right aligned, and it's aligned to the margin. Okay, so step 10, insert this title at the start of the document, company information release. Okay, so for the sake of typing, I'm just gonna copy this and come and paste it inside here. Now what I'm trying just to avoid is a situation where I'll be just typing throughout. Okay, so at the start of the document is there. I'll hit enter key on the keyboard one more time and just go back there and paste the text there. Okay, next, format the title so that it is right aligned, 24 point sans serif, and it is underlined. Okay, so let's format that. It must be first of all highlighted and make it right aligned. Let it be 24 pt. Okay, and let it be a sans serif font. So I'll put Calibri, okay, as my sans serif font. Okay, so done with step 11. Step 12. Okay, just verifying sans serif 24 right aligned and underlined. We've not done the underline part, so let's underline it. Okay, it's very important that you check all the steps, that you don't skip any step. Okay, so you just give a tick when you do something there. Step 12, insert the subtitle, details presented by, and then followed by your name. Place this below the title. Okay, so I'm gonna insert this details presented by. So let me just copy this as well. I don't have to be typing everything, just copy this, details presented by, copy it, come back here, and just below this one I'm gonna type, put enter, and then paste it, and presented by Chikasa. Let's put the name nicely, Chikasa Evans. So followed by your name. Okay, place this below the title, which we've done. Okay, step 13, format the subtitle so that it is 18 point sans serif as well, italic with no other emphasis, and it should be left aligned. Okay, so let's go back, highlight it, it should be 18. Okay, it is sans serif, it must be left aligned, it shouldn't be underlined, but it must be italic. Okay, so we've done 18 point, it is italic with no other emphasis, which means it shouldn't even be bold, it should just be as it is, and then it should be left aligned, which I believe we have done here. Okay, step 13. Okay, we're done with step 13. Format the document after the subtitle into two equally spaced column with a 1 centimeter gap. Okay, so we're just going to break the text after the subtitle, just highlight this text all the way to the last text. Okay, and you need to break it into two columns. So I'm going to select more columns here, and select two columns, and then the spacing between the individual segments or columns, it should be 1 centimeter. Okay, 1 centimeter gap. Okay, so let's make it 1 centimeter gap here, 1, and say okay. Okay, all right, so the space between this the margin here and the margin here is actually 1 centimeter. Okay, step 15, format all the text that follows the text body, the body text, so that it is a 14 point serif font. This time a serif font. It should have single line spacing and it should be fully justified. Okay, so whilst the text is still highlighted, I'm gonna go on home and change it to 14 pt. Okay, just verify 14 pt. It should be a serif font, so I'm gonna select Times New Roman, and next it should be single line spacing. Okay, so go back here and go on to line spacing and make it a single line spacing, which is just that one there. Okay, or you can go to line spacing option and then line spacing, just make it single there. The next one is that we're supposed to make it fully justified. Okay, so we're supposed to make it fully justified. So under alignment, just say justified and click OK. So you'll notice that the text is aligned straight with the margin on both sides, left and right, and there is 1 centimeter line spacing between the text. So you can see it's selected 1 centimeter there. Okay, next step, step 16, identify the list preparation of economic to operator training. Okay, set this as a bulleted text using square shaped bullets. Make sure that there is no blank line spacing between the items in the list. Okay, so from preparation of economic to operator training, we should format that as a bullet, square bullet list. So from preparation of economic and feasibility study, okay, from there to where is that, to operator training. Okay, let me just verify that it's from preparation of economic. Okay, it's preparation from economic, it's here, so it's from here to operator training. So just go all the way there. This should be formatted as bullet. Okay, so to do bullets, I'm gonna go there and select square bullets. Okay, and the next thing it tells us to make sure that there is no blank line. Okay, and in this case we're glad there's no blank line. Okay, next step, step 17, identify the 3 subheadings and format them to be a 14 point sans serif font, center aligned, and they should be bold. Okay, so 14 point sans serif, center aligned, and should be bold. So the 3 subheadings in our text. So subheading will be a simple phrase or text that will stand out on its own. So we have staff, expertise, and project management. So I'll press Control on my keyboard, hold it, and just select the text. And instrumentation and electrical departments, it stands out as well. So since we are told that this text is actually we have only 3 subtitles, and so I've identified them, and we need to format them as 14 pt, but we should have a sans serif font, and they should be centered. Okay, and they should be bold. So let's just go back there and verify. Center, we've done that. 14 pt, sans serif font, and it's bold. Okay, step 18, make sure that there is a single 14 point line space after each paragraph and subheading. Make sure that this spacing is consistent. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back here and highlight all my text all the way to the last text. Okay, once it is highlighted, I'm going to go under paragraphing and go to spacing after. Okay, so because we're told that we should have spacing 14 point line spacing after each paragraph. And may I say here also that each subheading is considered as like a simple paragraph. Okay, so there's no need of panicking there. So just put spacing after each paragraph as 14 pt. Okay, and you will see that there will be spacing after each paragraph and spacing after each sub heading. Okay, step 20, use the data from the file income.csv to create a pie chart to show the commission for the years 2010 to 2014. So I'm going to go back in my files, and the file in question is this one, income. Okay, I don't know why I have to. Maybe it's because I was trying to work on this paper earlier on. So it's income, and then 2016 Office, open it with Office 2016, and this is the file that this is the data inside income. And we're supposed to use this data to create a pie chart. Okay, so use the income.csv to create a pie chart to show the commission for the years 2010 to 2014. Okay, so let's go here. So we create a pie chart for commission from the year 2010 to 2014. So I highlight the commission values. Don't worry about highlighting the values for the years. Just get the values for the commission and go to insert and go to section for charts and select whichever you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with the 2D pie, and I'll click on that. All right. Next step, display the commission values as segment labels on the chart. Okay, so display the commission values as segment labels on the chart. So I'm going to go here and data labels. Okay, make sure data labels is checked, and I'll select that one, and I'll put my values outside there just to make my pie look neat, because if they remain inside there, they don't look so that good. I'll put them outside so that they remain like that. Okay, so we've displayed the commission values as segments, labels of the chart. That means that each segment actually has a label of the values of the commission. Okay, so there are many other ways of representing the segments. You can present them as percentages and so on and so forth, but I want to present them as commission values. Okay, so next step, display the legend to show the years. Okay, so well, I'm working with Excel, so display the legend to show the years. So I'm gonna go back here and say legend, and then make sure that legend is selected. In cases where it's not selected, make sure that it is selected, and then go to so let me just verify what you've been asked. Display the legend to display the years. Okay, so I'll go back here, select, this is the legend. Okay, I'll right click on it and go to select data, and then you will see here that the legend is actually 1 2 3 4 5, and this is what you have here, 1 2 3 4 5. So I'm going to click edit so that this displays the years. Now there are two ways of doing this. You can specify the years that you have. Please don't do like 2010 to 2014. Okay, if you do that, if you try to click on OK, you will see that you're going to get an error. Okay, so please don't do that. Okay, if you want to specify the years, you can just say 2010 comma 2011 comma 2012 comma 2013 comma 2014 as the last year. Okay, so you see it from 2010 to 2014, and then click OK. Alternatively, you can click on the select range, and then just remove this, and then select the first year and drag all the way to the other years. And so you're going to you're going to see that it's going to give you the name of the worksheet that you are working with and the range from B1 to F1. And now you can select and say OK, and you will see that the years actually will appear on the legend this side. Okay, next, insert the text income from project as chart title. So I'm just gonna get this text as it is, copy it. I'm feeling lazy to type. I'm gonna copy it and come here already. So make sure if you don't have the chart title, make sure that chart title is ticked here. Okay, so since my chat title is ticked, I'm just going to replace that text with the one that I just copied there. Step 23, pull out or use software tools to emphasize the segment with the highest commission. Okay, so once you get to this, identify which segment has the highest commission. I've identified this as my segment with the highest commission, so I'm just gonna drag this one and pull it out of the chart a bit so that I emphasize it as it is. Okay, so you see that's the case. So done with step 23. Step 24, at the end of the document, after the words from ongoing work, add the text. The chart shows the best year was. Okay, so I'm going to copy that and then add the year which you have chosen from the chart. So the year that I've chosen from the chart is actually, let me see, this year is this is orange, that's 2011. Okay, so I'm going to, at the end from ongoing work, the text ongoing work, I'm going to add the text. So really you need to scroll through this and identify where ongoing text is, but there is also another way that you can do it. Just to control F on your keyboard, and then you can search the word that you are looking for. Ongoing, for example, it's supposed to be ongoing, and you see that Office is going to highlight the word that you're trying to type here. So I know it's at the end here, space and paste my work there, and then put the year that I selected was 2011, full stop. Okay, so the chart shows that the best year was 2011, and that is step 24. Step 25, insert the chart at the end of the document. Make sure that the chart fits within the page and column margins and is not distorted. So I'm going to go back on the chart, right click it and copy it, and then I'll go back to my draft document, and at the end of the text, at the end of the document, I need to paste the work that I've done. And so the end of the document is, I hope this is the end of the document. I hope this is the end of the document, trying to figure out which one is the end of the document. Okay, so pardon me, my computer has frozen a little bit. So let me just go back here. So I did copy this one, and I'll come back to draft document, and the end of the document, let me see, could be the end here. Please pardon me, my computer keeps on freezing. I'm trying to maximize the use of the graphics here so that I can get a 1080 pixels video, but I keep having some issues with resources being used on this computer, and so currently I find that it has frozen. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pause the video a little bit, and okay, I'm just gonna pause the video. I don't know if it has managed to come back. Let me just try before I pause the video. Okay, so I think the last section of the page, section of the page is this one. So let me go ahead and pause the video. It seems it's not responding. Okay, so I'm gonna paste it here now. I did manage to pause, but couldn't manage to reduce the use of the graphics so that I have more time allocated to other processing. What I did when I was doing the setting up is to set this to use as much resource as possible to graphics so that I can have the best HD pictures. So I'm gonna paste my document there, my chart there. Okay, let me go back to my question paper. Okay, so the next thing, I just need to verify that the chart that I pasted fits actually between in the page and actually in the margins, and it is not distorted. So I'll go back to my text and check. Okay, you see that it is actually fitting the margin, the left margin, and check with the right margin, and you see that it is also fitting the right margin. Next step, place the other one, it was just to verify if it is not distorted. As you can see, my chart is not distorted. It is as it was in Excel. Step 26, place the image refinery.jpg in the document at the top of the third paragraph, which begins project include municipal water. Okay. So I'm gonna just copy this text, copy it, go back to my text, and under here I'm going to paste that text. Okay, and that is the text there. Okay, so that's find and replace, not find and replace, just search for the particular text that I want. So at the beginning, we are told to put the image in the document at the top of the third paragraph, which begins. Okay, that's so. I'll put the text at this paragraph at the beginning there. I'll insert picture, and the picture that I'll insert is coming from the desktop work area in there, and that's the picture for refinery. And you see this is a big picture, and it is placed the right place. Step 27 says resize the image to fill half the column width and maintain the aspect ratio. Okay, so the image should fit half the column width. Okay, so you see that the column is just briefly about 12.5 somewhere there, the size, and I need to resize it halfway. So I'm going to get, currently the image is fitting in the boundaries of the column, as you can see, left aligned as well as right aligned. So I'm going to right click there and go to size and position, and the absolute width, make sure that aspect ratio is locked here, please, and put the width now to half the column width. So the width currently is at 12.35 because that's the size of the column. You saw that it fit rightly on the column. So I'm gonna just make this one, this is 6.175, I think, somewhere there. So I'll say 6.175 as halfway the column, and just before I do that, okay, yep, so 6-way half, that's, yeah, it is that way. So this is halfway. Next step, step 28, align the image with the right of the column and top of the text. So I'll go back here and right click on this one and text wrap, I'll go to size and position, and position is supposed to be, let's say text wrap is that one, and I'll say the alignment is supposed to be right. Someone will ask me why did I do text wrap. I'll explain just in a short while. And so alignment is right, and you see the image is aligned there. So you see the text, the step asked us to make sure that the text wraps around the image. This is why I had to do a text wrap. I'm sorry I didn't read this one, but I had in mind that actually I was going to do a text wrap. So we do the alignment of the column and top of the text, and then make sure that the text wraps around the image. Okay, and it may look like this one here, and so we see that's actually what we have here. The text is actually wrapping around the image, and it gives us the impression text on top, text around the image, and this is what we have here: text on top and text around the image. Step 29, spell check the document and correct any errors. So I'm going to go back here and hit F7 on my keyboard to do spelling checking. Okay, it says spelling, we have finished checking your selection, we want to check the rest of the document, say yes. Okay, so we need to check now the spelling. Okay guys, I'm gonna have to pause this video. I'm gonna continue this video, I don't know how, but apparently I've lost power, and I do have some beeping sounds of my UPSs here, and they're gonna be somewhat irritating for me to continue doing this video with the text going. But I'm just a few steps from finishing this. Please bear with me. Let me just rush through so that before my computer goes off, just to wind up this one. I'm almost done. I'm on step 29 and correcting the errors in the text. So make sure that you correct the spelling, the suggested words. So you check the words. So I would say change here, and technically it's supposed to be spelled like this. I'll say change as well. Specialized change. Specializing also change. Droughts men, supposed to be space between droughts and men, change. And then the same thing with droughtsmen, again change, and spelling is corrected. Step 30, proofread the document, placing column or page breaks if necessary to make sure that spacing is specified and consistent. Lists do not overlap to columns, two columns or pages. There are no widows or orphans, and there are no page breaks. Okay. And step 30 says save and print the document. So really what you're just supposed to do is you need just to make sure that when you go to layout, paragraphing, line and spacing here, make sure that orphan control is actually checked there. That is going to keep the orphans and all the widows consistent. Okay, so just click OK. So just by going through this, you will notice that actually there are no orphans or widows, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right. So let me just verify this. Go there and just check that. Okay. So you highlight the text and then you can verify that. Okay. So I think this is all that we had to do. What just remains is you to print this page. The rest of the work is actually done. I'm sorry that I had to rush through at the end of the document, at the end of the tutorial. I lost power and my computer would be going off anytime soon. So let me just stop this video and save the work.